that could save lives at 5.
I made a miracle for you, lady.
And I told you to take your miracle and get on the first bus out of Landview.
Yeah, well, it's a funny thing, you know? Price of miracles keeps going up.
Get out of here.
What happens if I come back here while you're thumping your Bible and tell everybody how you and I staged that miracle?
Hey, you okay? You seem a little shaky.
There are going to be a lot of bad memories they're going to make Marty dredge up in there. And I figure it's going to dredge up some for me, too. There are a lot of things that I don't remember about my rape, and who knows what's going to come out for me in there.
Listen, you don't have to go through with this. Marty told you herself that you do not have to do this. She does not want you to do this, not if it's going to upset you.
I know. I know she told me that, and it sure was kind of her to think of somebody other than herself at a time like this, but that's why I got to do it, Max. Because she had the heart to think of me first.
All right.
Thank you. Powell, did you manage to find your parents?
Actually, no. They're off sailing somewhere on a private yacht. I couldn't get to them.
I'm so sorry.
Mrs. Buchanan.
Yes?
I'm Stanley Rosen. This is my wife, Tori.
Zachary has said such nice things about Kevin and your family.
I hope for all our boys' sake this will be over soon.
I hope so, too. Excuse me.
I'll be back as soon as I can, but I've just got to find out where my dad is.
Okay. I'll walk you out.
How you doing?
I've been better.
All rise. Oyez, oyez. The Court of Common Pleas of Lantano County is now in session. The Honorable Judge Fitzwater presiding.
Please, be seated. Are the people ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
The defense ready?
Yes, we are, Your Honor.
I want to give just a few words of warning to counsel. It isn't news to anyone here that this trial has been and will be big news.
No.
If I think that the district attorney is using the trial to get himself reelected, or the defense is trying to advertise for her own practice, I'll put my foot down.
I don't think you'd make it.
There will be no grandstanding in my court.
Peter Manning, how'd you do?
And now that I've made myself clear, Mr. Gannon, you may proceed.
Boys will be boys. That phrase is an insult to everything our young men and women represent to our country and our futures. These 4 so-called boys, these 4 privileged young men in college, members of a prominent fraternity. Kevin Buchanan, Todd Manning, Zachary Rosen, Powell Lord, brutally raped a young woman at an end-of-semester beer bash. Privilege is supposed to be earned.
Great. An affirmative action DA defending the town tramp.
Men were invited to join their
Our kids will get off scot-free.
Of merit.
And look at the judge. I mean, he's probably a total incompetent. This thing will end in a mistrial.
But privilege did not prevent them from committing one of the most vicious crimes recognized by man. These 4 fine young men from the Kappa Alpha Delta fraternity at Landview University forced a young woman, Marty Saybrook, to engage in sexual intercourse with each of them, despite her repeated pleas for them to stop. Pleas that they ignored, ridiculed.
Where did Andrew go? Well, he had to check on his father. Sloan said he was going to be here, but he didn't show up. And when Andrew called, there was no answer. But don't worry. He's going to be here to testify.
They scarred her for life.
Oh, Billy. How are you?
Fine, sir. And you?
Oh, fine. Come on in. What brings you here?
Is this a bad time?
No, it's a fine time. Make yourself comfortable.
Okay. I was just thinking about how much you've supported me this past year in Landview.
I don't think I did the whole year.
I guess we did kind of get off to a rocky start, huh?
Yeah.
But once we put our differences aside, we, I don't know, I kind of felt like you were like a second father to me.
Huh. Well, that's very nice.
And with that in mind, I thought I'd come over here and wish you a happy Father's Day.
I'm honored, William. That means a great deal to me.
I thought you might also like to know that you wrote such a great letter in support of my application to Yale that I've been accepted.
Oh, that's splendid news, Billy. Splendid. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Fine school. Both my sons went to Yale. William and Andrew. Excuse me.
Oh, Dad, there you are. You had me scared half to death.
I'm all right.
You said you were going to come by the courthouse. I called 3 times, no answer.
Well, I heard the phone ring, but...
But what?
I just didn't want to answer. I didn't feel like it. It was William's birthday today. It was my first son's. It would have been his birthday if AIDS hadn't taken him from me. Oh, Andrew, if I hadn't shut him out of my life.
I'm sorry, Dad. I didn't even know whether or not to bring up William's birthday. I didn't know if you were ready to talk about it or...
Hey, look, guys, maybe I should go.
Oh, no, please don't go. It's good to twice be wished Happy Father's Day. It hasn't happened in years. You see, William and I stopped communicating long before he died. And I am ready to talk about it, son. I'm ready to talk about the kind of man William was. I've grown up thanks to you and you. And I'm going to put more than my checkbook to work. I'm going to put myself on the front lines.
Brother, do not invite the Lord's wrath.
Oh, the Lord ain't watching, believe me.
No one here at the Tabernacle of our Gardens believes that. Huh. I'll turn this thing around so fast your head'll spin.
What is to turn around? I faked an ailment, you faked a cure, you slipped me $100. Looks pretty clear to me.
Brothers and sisters, this man was healed because he believed. But his faith, it was short-lived. He got what he prayed for, but his faith, like the tide, has receded. How could it be that this man's own soul gnarled his hands? $100 is missing from our tabernacle funds. $100. Now, could it be that this man's hands were bent and swollen because he hid our money in his greedy palms? Could it be that our money is still in his pockets? Now, I ask you, Does he deserve our prayers? Does he? You see, they'll believe me long before they'll believe you. Because they want to believe me. They need to. Now get out of here before I call the cops. Get out!
Bravo, Angela. That's just about as fine a performance as I've ever seen from you. Do not fear me, for I'm the way and the light. Well, you sure haven't lost your touch, have you? In fact, I'd say you're better than ever.
You know the...
There's spirits. You sure? Yeah, I'm sure. Keep looking. The ghosts are on the ground? The Oilts woke them up, and now they're mad. If we don't make them happy again, they're gonna do bad things. You sure? Yeah, I'm sure. Keep reading. What are you looking at? My dad's got one of those buttons. He got it from... From who? I'm thinking. Angela Halliday? Yeah, that's her. Maybe she can help us get rid of the ghosts. I'm not telling any grown-ups anything anymore. Nobody listens to me about the spirits. You gotta promise not to tell anyone. You promise? Okay. You gotta shake on it.
The perception of rape has been, until recently, that it's committed by unknown assailants in dark alleys. Well, that's not true. This rape, no less brutal, no less horrifying, was sadly more common, more modern. The victim knew her rapist. She had even dated one of them. The rape took place in the room of a young man purported to be one of the best, one of the brightest, Kevin Buchanan, son of the most prominent family in Landview. The rape took place at a drunken Kappa Alpha Delta fraternity house party, a fraternity whose population consists almost exclusively of highly privileged young men. The people can and will prove that the rape took place at approximately 10:30 on the night of May 9th, and that each of the accused, first Todd Manning, then Zachary Rosen, then Powell Lord, and finally Kevin Buchanan, did in turn commit rape and assault against Marty Saybrook. The state will also prove that, fully cognizant of their legal culpability, these four men set out to cover up their tracks. They had a sweater which was worn by the victim dry cleaned the very next day. And Kevin Buchanan, on whose jacket the victim was lying at the time of the rapes, and which was stained with the victim's lipstick, as well as her saliva and blood, hid that incriminating piece of evidence in the back of a closet in his parents' home. Clearly, these young men knew they needed to cover their tracks. Ladies and gentlemen, the people will prove that these four young men are guilty.
The prosecution will have you believe that every piece of evidence points to rape. To rape. To forcible sex against the complainant's will. But every piece of their so-called evidence of rape is nothing more than evidence of a night of heavy drinking and sexual carelessness in which an intoxicated and very troubled young woman recklessly engaged in consensual sex with 3 of my clients. My 4th client never even had sex with her at all. And there's no evidence to say that he did. This is a young woman who has a history, time and time again, of reaching out to someone and then striking back at them. A woman who, having ended the latest of her romantic relationships, went to the fraternity's end of the semester party looking for comfort and found it. She felt guilty enough about what she had done, willingly having sex with several partners in a very short time span. She felt so guilty about her actions. She went to absolve herself of her own responsibility by calling it rape.
Stop! This Charmin's not squeezably soft.
Maybe the fluffer broke down.
Oh, no. We fluff every sheet of Charmin for a deep down squeeze.
You know, Angela, I love it when I am right.
And are you?
Am I what?
Right.
Come on, sweetheart, give it up. I mean, there's no place to hide.
Just what do you think you saw?
I saw you send a shill packing. Now, come on, Angela, this tabernacle of joy is nothing but a sham. Poor Sister Angela, she's in poverty. Of course, that's kind of strange, considering she's got Cord Roberts and Dorian Lord emptying out their checking accounts to her every week.
And you were so sure. Kane, the only con artist around here just left town. But you know what? You can go find him at the bus station.
Save it, sweetheart. I heard every word you said.
Then you know that I simply put it in a context that he could understand. Oh, I understand your skepticism.
Oh, sweetheart, I think I did miss you because you are, well, you're good. Let's face it. I mean, you almost had me fooled. Of course, was a little bit too good, you know? Converting non-believers with an arranged miracle. Please.
Well, maybe that's how it looks from your point of view.
Come on, Angela, give it up. The game is over.
You can't prove it. There is no one who would take your word over mine.
I know just how to show Landview the real Angela Holliday. And I won't have to go to any great lengths to prove that you're a fake. I can do it in one move. You have such beautiful dark eyes. Lovely olive skin. And blonde hair.
Would you tell the court who you are and what you do?
I'm Detective Claire Kolchevsky. I head Lantano County's sex crimes unit. In fact, I am the unit.
I'd like to enter into evidence the results from the rape examination from Marty Staybrook to be labeled People's Exhibit A.
So entered.
So, Detective, could you please tell the court what is contained in the evidence kit and what its contents are used to determine?
When a rape victim comes to a hospital, the kit is used to collect forensic evidence and preserved in custody to ensure that the chain of evidence isn't broken at any time.
And what does that evidence consist of?
Basically, everything that was collected from the victim.
Objection, Your Honor. Prejudicial.
It's a rape evidence kit. It presumes a victim. We're talking in the abstract here.
Sustained. Detective, choose your words carefully.
How about patient? Can I call her the patient?
That'll be fine. Please continue, Detective.
Detective Kolchevsky, You said the semen samples collected during the exam evenly matched up to 2 of the men that Miss Saybrook accused. Todd Manning and Zach Rosen.
Objection. Witness has already testified to this.
I want to clarify.
The witness's testimony was clear the first time, Counselor.
Your Honor.
Objection sustained.
Your Honor, Miss Saybrook accused 4 men, yet there's only evidence that 2 of them had sex with her. I want clarification of that.
All right, I'll allow it.
Thank you. You agree? 4 men were accused, and yet there's only clear evidence that 2 men had sex with the complainant.
That's not odd at all. There are often no semen traces after a rape.
Other than the minor bruises on Miss Saybrook's neck and wrist, were there any other physical marks or injuries that would support the claim of violence?
The complainant appeared to be in shock, which would be consistent with...
Conclusive indications of violence?
No, not conclusive.
Thank you.
Dr. Shelton, in addition to the various hair and tissue that you took from Miss Saybrook, what else was recorded among the items of the rape kit?
Well, as you mentioned, her clothing and any jewelry she was wearing.
Doctor, is this ring one of the articles you collected that day?
Yes.
What else can you tell me about this particular ring?
The patient recalled that she had struck one of her assailants with a ring.
Objection, Your Honor, prejudicial. The defendants are not assailants.
Once again, Your Honor, we are discussing a rape evidence kit. The witness would see the defendants as assailants.
Sorry. Objection sustained.
Thank you.
Doctor, would you please rephrase your answer to satisfy defense counsel's requirements?
The patient recalled striking one of the accused with her ring.
And did the forensics report support that claim?
Yes, the report showed blood and tissue samples from one of the accused.
Which one?
It was Kevin Buchanan.
Doctor, you took these photographs of the injury sustained by Miss Saybrook as a part of the examination?
Sheila Price did. She was the attending hospital official as well as Miss Saybrook's rape advocate.
Please note that I'll have these entered into evidence as People's Exhibit A1, being part of the material from the rape evidence kit. Also included are the torn blouse of Miss Saybrook's and torn underpants.
Bailiff, so note.
Doctor, what else can you tell me about Miss Saybrook's condition?
Well, in addition to the bruising on her neck and wrist, the victim had...
Objection, Your Honor.
Sustained.
The patient had lacerations on her tongue.
And what could have been the probable cause of that cut?
From the position and angle, it appeared she'd bitten her tongue.
Well, we do that from time to time. Does it often result in a laceration such as the one Miss Saybrook sustained?
Well, Miss Saybrook's cut was a rather deep, rough cut, as if she'd bitten her tongue during a struggle, or perhaps as a result of a blow to the face.
Is there anything about Miss Saybrook's condition that made you feel like you were dealing with a probable rape victim?
Objection.
Probable. Your Honor, this witness's testimony is in specific context of a rape examination.
I'll buy it. Objection overruled.
Is there anything else that made you feel like you were dealing with a possible rape victim?
Her mental state. She was brought in barely able to speak. She was clearly in great physical and emotional distress. And frankly, few people would submit themselves to the kind of examination Miss Saybrook was subjected to unless they had...
Conjecture.
Sustained.
Dr. Shelton, is it safe to say that Miss Saybrook's behavior was consistent with that of other rape victims?
I would say so, yes.
I'm so sorry. You must think I'm awful.
Oh, I don't. And you don't have to apologize.
I thought I was going to be able to handle it, and I started listening to all that stuff. And are you doing okay? I'm so sorry. I feel like I let you down.
No, you didn't do anything like that. We both knew that you might have trouble with this. You said before that you might not be able to handle it. Is this starting again?
No, not yet. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
There she is. Miss Abrams, how did it feel confronting your attackers in open court?
How do you think she feels? How do you answer reports that you were drunk the night of the so-called rape?
Do you feel the court system is doing enough to prosecute
I feel they're not doing enough to keep these vermin out of her life. Now, come on, back off. Go. Go.
It's like a zoo, inside and out. Look, Sheila is going to be staying here until she has to go to work. Cassie's here. Andrew's coming back. There's no need to put yourself through this. I can do it. I really can.
Thank you for understanding.
I've gone over what I went through 1,000 times. I can take it. Don't be so hard on yourself. Go home and get some sleep.
I guess you better go back in there, huh?
Could stay, we can go. Whatever you want, I'll do.
I think I need to sit down. My mouth is so dry. I think I need some water.
I'll get you something to drink from the cafeteria. What?
Can we go to Land Fair and pick up Al and then the three of us just go home, just the three of us?
Of course we can. Just the three of us, safe and sound at home. Just whatever you want. I never thought I'd see the day when my dad would speak in support of AIDS awareness.
Now, hold on to your hat. You don't know where I'm speaking.
Well, where?
Veterans Hospital, Center City. Thought I might as well jump in with both feet.
Spoken like the old war dog I know and love.
Did he call me a warthog?
Sir, I really...
You have to stop calling me sir, Billy. It makes me feel like I have to salute. Call me Sloan.
Yes, sir. I mean, Sloan. I just wanted to let you know how happy I am that we've become close over this past year.
So am I. So am I. I think when I first met you, I was taking my anger at AIDS out on William's memory. But I hope to make up for lost time. I intend to sound the alarm whenever and wherever I can.
Like I said, I never thought I'd see this day.
You made the day. You both did. You brought the Names Project quilt to Landview. You made me open my eyes. Speaking to the veterans today about AIDS, just seems like a fitting way to celebrate William's birthday. Well, excuse me, I have to go upstairs and get ready.
Hey. I am very proud of my dad. I'm proud of you, too. I got your message, Yale, sitting here surrounded by overachievers.
Andrew, I thought that you also might like to know that after I graduate...
Yeah?
Well, I'm planning on going on to divinity school.
Really?
It's because of you, Andrew. I mean, you helped me through the worst time in my life. And you helped me come out on the other side still liking myself. If that's what the ministry can do for people, then I want to be a part of that.
I'm flattered. I want you to know that you've inspired me, too. You've taught me a lot about courage and perseverance.
Well, if that's true, then I'm proud of both of us.
Dr. Shelton, did Marty Saybrook inform you of her medical condition?
She wasn't in any condition to inform me of anything, but I did have her chart.
Oh, did her chart tell you that she suffers a chronic illness?
Lupus? Yes, it did.
Objection, Your Honor.
Complainant's previous condition is not relevant here.
Well, it could be, Your Honor, if I would be allowed to explore the subject.
Proceed, but with care.
Thank you. Dr. Shelton, correct me if I'm wrong, but for the sake of the jury, lupus is a disease of the autoimmune system. It causes the body's natural defenses to attack the body itself as if it were a foreign invader. Dr. Shelton, can lupus cause someone to bruise more easily than the average person? Can it, in fact, in and of itself cause bruising?
I'm not by any means an expert on lupus patients. My specialty
Yes, but you are somewhat familiar with the symptoms of lupus, yes?
Somewhat.
I'll repeat. Do lupus sufferers often bruise easily?
They can. My experience in those cases
yes,
is
we
limited.
Understand that, Dr. Shelton. Thank you. Now, given that Marnie's bruises could very well have been caused by her lupus and are certainly not inconsistent with a night of willing sex with several partners in a very short span of time, wouldn't it be fair to say that it's very likely that there was no violence against Marnie Saybrook that night?
Objection, Your Honor.
That there's no evidence to support the charges of rape?
Your Honor, objection.
Miss Gannon.
I'm sorry. Withdrawn.
Your Honor, the record?
I'm sorry, Mr. Gannon. Please strike Miss Gannon's last two questions and the witness's answers. The jury is instructed to disregard the defense's last two questions.
Your Honor, may I approach the bench?
Your Honor, we all know the jury is not going to disregard counsel's remarks.
I can't erase it from their memories, Mr. Gannon.
I withdrew. Hank, let it go.
Look, I am intimately familiar with Miss Gannon's courtroom technique and would ask the court to caution her against this kind of grandstanding.
I'll do my best. But as you know, it's all in the game, Counselor.
Yes, Counselor. It's all in the game.
There will be a 10-minute recess.
That's quite an act, Gannon versus Gannon. Oh, she's doing an okay job, Bo, for a woman. So far.
I'd like to go back inside, Bo. Do you mind? I would like to spend as much time as I can with Kevin before I have to go deal with that mess at the Baylor.
Oh, I knew that sheet-feeding machine was going to fail. I heard it. It sounded like a rig with a blown piston. Why didn't you buy new presses when I told you?
No, Pa.
Okay. Oh, you two, excuse me? Yeah. I'll be in a minute.
Boy, Todd's old man's a piece.
Come on, don't you two give me that sorry look. I'm about to press some silver in your palms.
Oh, give it a rest, Asa. We are not selling.
Max, let me have fun. One last lucrative mouth-watering offer for your little old oil field.
I can't even believe you're talking about business at a time like this. Look, I wouldn't sell to you if my life depended on it.
Max.
Just get out of here. No.
Okay, Max, we'll see. We'll see if you'll sell to someone else.
It says we gotta wash our effigy. Hey, that looks like Sweetwater Sam. It's a doll. It says we gotta wash it in a freshwater pond where the grass grows. What's that? It means this. I don't think we should touch that. My mom gets real. We'll be careful. Okay. What are you doing with Mommy's face? Look what you did, Sarah. I didn't do anything. Yes, you did.
What's going on here? What broke? Oh, CJ, that's your mom's favorite vase.
Sarah broke it.
Well, now, that is more like it.
Wearing a wig doesn't mean I'm a fraud. It just means I like variety.
Honey, you are a chameleon. You use whatever color you need, red, yellow, blue, green, to blend in with your surroundings.
Obviously, I won't be able to convince you.
You're amazing. You know, you'll never change, will you? The only reason you stuck here in Lambview is because of people like Cord Roberts and Dorian Lord. Needy souls with big, fat bank accounts. Well, I'm not going to let you get away with it, all right? I'm going to expose this flim-flam to your congregation, and they'll believe me. I'll make them believe me.
That's what made you so good. You could make anyone believe you.
Yeah, well, this time it'll be the truth. Oh, you know, don't bother to try and threaten me, all right, Angela? Because I don't frighten quite so easily as the loser you just threw out of here.
Okay,
Okay, what?
you win. Oh, honey. I know you're trying to clean up your act, but as far as I can tell, you are the same rogue I fell in love with back in Texas. Now, I know you want me to think that you're furious that I'm trying to scam a few rich people. But you can't quite get that anger up to where it ought to be, can you? No, 'cause you're too curious. You want to know what I have in mind.
You are so wrong.
Oh, no, I am not. You miss it. You miss it all.
Look, I'm never going to go back to that kind of life, all right? Got too much to lose.
Maybe you have too much to lose by staying straight. Now, I know that you want this divorce in a big hurry. Maybe we can help each other out. I got a good setup in Lambview for a Murphy, but I can't do it alone. I need a partner.
Well, how about that sleaze you just threw out of here, huh?
Obviously, I can't trust him. I need someone with looks, experience, and talent for the game.
I suppose that's meant to be a compliment.
Do you want that divorce or don't you?
But, Angela, is this your ace in the hole? Because I guess maybe I'm wrong. I guess you are losing your edge. You know, getting a little overconfident, not keeping up on your homework.
How's that?
Because I don't need you to get a divorce, Angela. We've been separated for more than 2 years.
Oh, you mean since I saw your butt disappearing out that window?
Now, please forget the guilt trip, all right? You've used that angle for all it's worth. The bottom line is, honey, in 2 months, whether you contest it or not, I'm going to get that divorce. So, I'll just wait you out. All right? So thanks, but no thanks. And as for rooking your faithful flock, I want to put an end to that, too.
Mm.
And everyone's going to find out who you are, Angela. Especially Tina.
I don't think so, Kay.
CJ said that Sarah knocked the vase over, but when I got in here, Sarah was at the doorway and CJ and Al were by the vase. So I really don't...
CJ, why don't you tell him exactly what happened?
Well, Sarah was running and she bumped into the table and knocked the thing over. Mommy, he's mine.
Oh, sweetheart, don't worry, don't worry. It's okay, sweetheart, it's okay. Now, wait a second. What is this? This isn't Sarah's. Isn't that yours, Al? And these books. These are not Vicky's books. What is this? Ghosts? Hauntings? Exorcisms? What are you boys up to? It's okay, sweetheart. It's okay. I know you didn't do anything wrong. It's all right. All right. I want you guys to go up to CJ's room, okay? Kim, would you be kind enough to escort them upstairs? Thank you. It's okay, sweetie. It's okay. I know. Cord, hi, it's me. Listen, could you come over to Landfair right away and talk to CJ? Yeah, you bet there's a problem.
How did Marty take the news that you're leaving town?
Well, I swore to her that I'd keep in touch, you know, call and write and everything, and she has you guys.
Mm-hmm.
You think she'll be all right, Andrew?
Oh, yeah, she's going to be okay. Yeah.
You know, Marty just now starts to get her life back on track, starts to turn over a new leaf, and something like this has to happen to her.
It's like you said. She's got a lot of friends that are going to support her.
It's weird, huh? I mean, here you and I are worrying about the same girl who tried to wreck our lives last summer.
Yeah. And Marty's been a real test for my ministry. Real test for me. I failed her once, but I will not fail her again.
I bet you I can take that one to the bank.
So, in that examination, you functioned in a dual role, as an official and as a rape advocate.
Yes.
Was Miss Saybrook's condition consistent with what you've come to expect in rape cases?
Yes.
Did you ever doubt the patient's veracity?
Objection, speculation.
The witness is an expert. I'm asking for her professional opinion.
I'll allow the question.
No. I never doubted Marty's claim that she was raped.
But if Miss Saybrook were consumed with guilt and regret, mightn't you have misconstrued the cause of her distress?
No. I've been a rape advocate for 3 years. I've trained for the position. And I've dealt with scores of women who have been raped. There's no question in my mind that Marty Saybrook was raped.
You know those jeans?
This is Charles Gibson.
And Joan London. Tomorrow, our week-long series on teens focuses on discipline and on dating.
Also global warming, fact or fiction, and Billy Ray Cyrus.